Good evening, everybody. I think it's a little. Can everybody hear me in the back? We're good? Okay. Well, thank you, everybody, for coming out. On behalf of Lacey and the Sorensen family, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out and joining us in the celebration of Carl's life. So, Carl Sorensen was born February 17th, 1976. Carl was a husband, father, brother, son, friend, road racer, vintage van enthusiast, Triumph owner, dog lover, dirt biker, lead singer, bass player, skateboarder, snake charmer, European bathing suit enthusiast, tattoo collector, smartass, and an inspiration to many. Carl is now resting in peace with his beloved dog, Bonneville. And as I was sitting here watching everybody come in tonight, I was like, you know, Carl Sorensen is this. It's you guys. This is amazing. I mean, I have no idea how many people are here, but it's really cool. And Carl was an amazing guy. So, my name is Jim Gill, and it's a real honor to be standing up here in front of you guys. The family asked me to stand up and talk, and it meant the world to me. So I had a quick story about Carl, and just thought I'd share it with you guys. Curtis and Chris and I went out to the racetrack to watch Carl race one day, and it was one of the things that was like the most impressive things I've ever seen in my life. The way Carl was able to handle a motorcycle, the way how fast they were going. Everything that was going on was just absolutely incredible to me, and I was I was fascinated and mesmerized by what Carl was doing, and I just kept, like, when we got back to the pit with everybody, I was just kind of staring at him, and I just kept looking at him, and you know, probably for a second too long, and just, I was like, oh, you know, kind of feeling like some weird feelings towards him. And so I called Curtis later on that day, and I was like, Kurt, man, I think I'm in love with your brother. So I was really impressed by what he was able to do. And it was just, it was one of the things that really stuck out to me, you know. So this is a reading that was given to me by Lacey. Death is nothing at all. It does not count. I have only slipped away into the next room. Nothing has happened. Everything remains exactly as it was. I am I, and you are you. And the old life that we lived so fondly together is untouched, unchanged. Whatever we were to each other, that we are still. Call me by the old familiar name. Speak of me in the easy way which you always used. Put no difference into your tone. Wear no forced air of sorrow. Laugh as we always laughed at the little jokes that we enjoyed together. Play, smile, think of me, pray for me. Let my name be ever the household word that it has always been. Let it be spoken without an effort, without the ghost of a shadow upon it. Life means all it ever meant. It is the same as it ever was. There's absolute and unbroken continuity. What is this death but a negligible accident? Why should I be out of my mind because I am out of sight? I am but waiting for you for an interval somewhere very near, just around the corner. All is well. And now I'd like to bring Lacey up to say a few words.
First, I want to thank everybody for being here. It means a lot to see so many people turn out. It's incredibly difficult to try and sum up someone so important in a few paragraphs. Carl was kind, loving, and so funny. He was also the most stubborn, headstrong person I have ever met. And that's one of the things I love the most about him. He lived his life to the fullest and didn't give a single shit what anyone else thought about it. I was born into a family of all girls, and Carl gave me the gift of two men that I'm proud to call my brothers. While I wish it could have been decades longer, I'm fortunate and thankful that I got to spend 14 years of my life with him. He constantly took me out of my comfort zone, and he helped me grow into the person I've become. And I can never thank him enough for that. I will miss the way his whole face lit up when he smiled. I will miss his laugh. I will miss his sarcastic comments. I will miss every time I get up to go to the bathroom in a public place, him saying, "Are you going to take a dump?" just to embarrass me. I will miss everything about him as a person, good and bad. I'm going to do my best to live a life that would make him proud. I love you, Carl, and I always will.
And now let's take a moment of silence, and Chris, whenever you're ready.
Carl was my brother, my best friend, and my hero. Carl was a true inspiration to me. I've always looked up to him from childhood into adulthood. Skateboarding as kids, making music in bands, motorcycles, road racing, and our newfound love for Sunday Moto. Carl fully expressed himself and showed us that that's the ticket to happiness. Carl spoke his mind, didn't put up with any bullshit. Completely covered of tattoos, of art he loved, stuff that meant something to him, homage, his son Paige, pin-up girls, snakes, and crazy animal combinations. He didn't even care that my mom and dad didn't approve of his hands being tattooed. But he did whatever it took to fully express himself. That's so inspiring to me. I'd take a break and go through flags or something. Hope and fear are the most powerful of human emotions. Racing a motorcycle demands you embrace the hope of achievement while facing fears of crashing and injuries head on. We accept this risk, for without this risk, there is no reward. This is what makes racing so incredible. To use your brain's agility, your muscles and reflexes all in harmony, fueled by the hope to accomplish something great. And this is what it means to feel alive for many of us racers. Being in on the action, being a competitor, not sitting on the sidelines. Carl's hope of making the podium at this year's Pikes Peak International Hill Climb fueled him. I could see the drive in his eyes every day. And if any of you talk to him about the hill climb, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It was contagious. I would have done anything to help him accomplish that goal. His hope, what it meant for Carl to feel alive, be alive in this world. The Pikes Peak International Hill Climb presents exceptional glory, but only with the ultimate risk. There's very little room for error on the mountain, giving the climb its great prestige and glory for all those who arrive at the summit, which Carl did in 2012 and 2014. Tragically, one error cost Carl his life. But he went doing what he loved, doing what he needed to feel alive and completely self-expressed, happy. So may we all find inspiration from Carl for years to come. I miss you so much, Carl. I love you, man. Godspeed.
Praise be.
And now Curtis would like to say a few words.
Wow. There are a lot of you. Let's be honest, Carl is not this cool. Carl, words cannot describe how much you mean to me. I've looked up to you my whole life, and you've taught me so many things that have become my main passions in life. You taught me how to skateboard as a little kid, how to work on motorcycles. You piqued my interest in vintage vans, tattoos, and introduced me to heavy metal music. I attribute so much of who I am to you. You are my brother, my best friend, my hero. I love you.
And now Carl's mom, Cindy's going to come up.
So I'd like to share a poem that's brought me comfort in this time of grief. And I hope it will for you as well. Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there. I do not sleep. I'm 1,000 winds that blow. I'm the diamond glints on snow. I'm the sunlight on ripened grain. I'm the gentle autumn rain. When you awaken in the morning's hush, I am the swift uplifting rush of quiet birds in circled flight. I'm the soft stars that shine at night. Do not stand at my grave and cry, I am not there, I did not die. Carl's spirit will remain with us always.
Carl's dad, Dan, is going to talk.
Thanks everyone for coming. It's amazing. And, you know, I just want to tell a little story, and I know why the crowd is so large. When Carl was about between 2 and 3 years old, just learned to walk, learned to talk in sentences. We'd take him to the grocery store and put him in the cart. You couldn't get him to sit down. He had to stand up on the cart and hold the edge. Every person that we passed or met us in the aisle, he said hello to. He greeted them and then started a conversation with them. So then it took a long time to finish grocery shopping because of Carl. So I know now how popular he was and how many people's lives he touched. He's truly a hero in our books, and we'll miss him and love him forever. And I know he's up there watching over us today. Thank you.
The family would like you to take a moment, reflect on Carl's life in your own way, whether that be through prayer, meditation, or just a moment of silence. To close, I'd like to read a Norse funeral prayer in honor of Carl. Lo, there do I see my father. Lo, there do I see my mother and my brothers and my sisters. Lo, there do I see the line of my people back to the beginning. Lo, they do call to me. They bid me take my place among them in the halls of Valhalla. where thine enemies have been vanquished, where the brave shall live forever. Nor shall we mourn, but rejoice for those that have died a glorious death. We're gonna take a couple minutes here and tell stories similar to one maybe I told, where what's the time that you fell in love with Carl? When did you know that you love the guy? So we're gonna start with Fish.